What's going on, team, and welcome back to the fourth episode of the AT Fit podcast. Apologies, this one's a couple hours late. I had to run some errands and look after the body a little bit. Just come back from the chiropractor. If you're in Manchester area and looking for a good chiro or a good institute with a good practice, then go to Dynamic Chiropractic. I'm pretty sure it's called, in Sale. Very, very good. Very good. Very professional, and I was impressed. So let's get to it. Fourth episode. We're going to be talking about progressive overload. Okay, progressive overload. Back in the day when I used to train, just with my mates, no knowledge, literally just okay. It's me versus you. You're going to try and beat the shit out of me, and I'm going to try and beat the shit out of you. We used to nickname progressive overload, don't be a lazy motherfucker. Basically, whatever you hit last session or last week, you have to do better. And that's all it is. It's slowly but surely progressing, all right? Doing more work, all right? Few ways you can do it. Many ways you can do it, really. You know, you can increase the intensity, you can increase the volume, sets or reps. So if you did 5 sets of 3 last week, today you might do 6 sets of 3, or you might do 5 sets of 4. So the total volume is increased. But there's also one that people don't tend to give much love to, and that is TUT, or time under tension. So that's basically, depending on your goals, of course. If you're trying to develop strength, you might try and elongate the length of time in the eccentric and the concentric phase. So if you're thinking about a bicep curl, the eccentric phase is going to be on the way down, and the concentric phase is going to be on the way up. So eccentric, when the muscle fibers are under tension but are lengthening, and the concentric phase when they're under tension but are shortening. So depending on your goals, if you were or your main goal is hypertrophy or hypertrophy, depending on how you want to say it, I would suggest slowing down the rep on the eccentric phase. So again, just with the analogy of the bicep curl, it'd be slowing down the rep going downwards. A lot of people miss out on a lot of gains when it comes to lifting weights. They're in the gym for building muscle purposes, and they go in and they rep out their set as quickly as possible because it hurts. Well, yes, of course it's going to fucking hurt. You're stressing the body past something called homeostasis. So homeostasis is basically your body's ability to stay around a set point. So it likes to be comfortable. All right. If you're stressing the body and putting it through some, pretty much physical torture, then it's gonna hurt. Yeah, it's gonna suck. I say it to members all the time, especially when they're in the gym and I want them to push themselves a little bit more. It might be that type of workout, and I'll just say, okay, I want you to do this weight, or I want you to do this amount of reps, and so on or whatever. And they turn around to me and go, "But it hurts." Well, yes, motherfucker. Of course it's gonna hurt. That's what it's meant to do. Like, if it's not. If the goal is to not hurt, I would have reduced the intensity. I'd have brought you right down. I'd reduced the reps, reduced the total volume. But no, it's gonna hurt. Like, time under tension sucks. But if you're looking to increase your gains a little bit more, and another way of doing progressive overload without having to rep the same weight with more repetitions or doing more sets, then time under tension is a great way. Another way is actually to rotate your weeks. So one week you might be going heavy, and the second week you might be doing a little bit of tempo work. So again, using that TUT, that time under tension, of just slowing everything down and concentrating on the form and concentrate on literally tearing the muscle up. Mind muscle connection on this is so important. And mind muscle connection, all it is say, for example, again, using the analogy of a bicep curl, I'm thinking about lengthening and contracting my bicep. I wouldn't be thinking about squeezing my glutes or raising my toes towards my shin in a dorsiflexion, I'll be thinking about lifting the weight with my bicep, not by throwing it up because it's too heavy. Obviously, yes, there are exercises called like cheat curls, and that's a different topic. But if you are new to this, or if you just want to increase with progressive overload, and you don't necessarily have a partner, then time under tension is your best mate. You don't have to pick up the 50 fucking kilogram dumbbells and throw it up with your low back and get your shoulders all pronated, and then when you're lowering it down, it literally comes crashing onto your legs just because some birds walk past you in a Gymshark leggings. No. She's not like, right, I'm going off on another tangent here, guys, but I'll tell you this for a fucking fact. She's not looking at what you're bicep curling. To be honest with you, she probably doesn't give a shit. She's just focusing on getting in, nailing the workout, and getting out. Focusing on herself. If she does give a shit about you throwing a 50 kilo dumbbell up to your shoulder and then just allowing it to fall back down to earth sloppily, and you're moving like shit and she's impressed by it, then trust me, that's not the bird you want to go to. She's probably still doing her GCSEs at 35 years of age. All right. So again, just with the time under tension, after that little bit of a rant, under that time under tension, it allows you to develop a little bit of a connection from your mind to the body, and it gives you that proprioception, so that body's ability to know where it is in space without having to see itself in a mirror. This is another thing, like if you want to genuinely interested in how your body is moving, and you want to progress through, and you give a shit and you care and about the health of your body, then you'd even care about the little things. So sometimes you might have to train with no shoes on because the biofeedback you get through your feet, or sometimes you might have to train without a mirror, ideally all the time. So you develop that proprioception. Sometimes you're going to do balance stuff. Sometimes you're going to do some stretching, static stretching. Sometimes you're just going to do some cardio. Why? Because of heart health, cardiovascular fitness. So like pumping the heart a little bit more, like making sure you are a healthy individual instead of just, oh, let's come in, lift some weights, get fucking yoked. Great, but you'll die by the age of 32. Obviously, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but it's just looking after yourself a little bit more, and another string to your bow, really. There's different areas of fitness, and there's different ways of becoming a little bit fitter, and working on your balance, working on your mind muscle connection, working on your proprioception. All of that is like another string interlocking the spider's web. You think about it, if your spider's web just has two strings going across each other, then it's not that strong. But if you've got one that is all interlinked and woven together, then it's probably pretty indestructible, or as close as damn it. Another thing with progressive overload, which I think needs mentioning, is going to the gym. You don't get 100% attendance record. You don't get 100% attendance trophy or certificate. It's not like being at school and said, congratulations, you woke up later than people have to do to go to work. You walked or got the bus to school. You sat around, might not have done anything. You might have exceeded your exams or whatever, but you sat around for 6 hours, and then you walked your ass home, and you did that every day we told you to for the past year. Congratulations, here's a certificate. But at the end of the day, like, you've done fuck all, and just getting to the gym is not enough. You need to be constantly challenging yourself and constantly working hard. Hard work works, as I always say, and it's true. If I go into the gym and I get on the treadmill and I run 5 miles an hour for 10 minutes and get off and go home, that's gonna do something for me, because I'm a pretty shit runner. But if I do that every single day for the next 4 months, I'm eventually gonna plateau. And for those of you who don't know what a plateau is, like, it's basically where your performance, your strength, your size, your fat loss, or whatever you're measuring, it's just gonna stagnate a little bit, and it's not gonna go any further up or further down, depending on what you're looking for. So you do have to constantly challenge yourself, and you do have to constantly evolve and adapt to the training that you're doing, and that is why CrossFit is so beneficial, because it is obviously changing all the time. But then there's also a fact of you need that progressive overload, so you need to do one thing and then do it again, but just a little bit heavier, or a little bit more, or a little bit quicker, or a little bit slower in the eccentric phase, or basically progress through the same stuff that you're doing. And then when you reach that plateau, you can change. It's just all about that. Links to Louis Simmons and his West Side method, when they change every 3 to 4 weeks, or every time they come in, it might be a little bit of a different. They might use a different barbell, or they might do a hack squat, or a back squat, or an overhead squat, or a front squat, or a fucking belt squat, or goblet squat, or whatever. But it's always changing, and that's because it's always going to stress the body in a slightly different way. And again, that just links to all that progressive overload of working through your training program. So remember, guys, you don't get rewards and you don't see results from getting 100% attendance from the gym. The gym doesn't give a shit whether you turn up or not. Quite frankly, it doesn't care. Why? Because the business is going to run without you. It's fine. Especially these commercial gyms, you're already paying for the gym. The gym, the actual gym, doesn't give a shit. It's a building. It's brick and mortar. It doesn't have any feelings, so it doesn't care, right? So you have to get to the gym. You have to do whatever you can, but you always have to stress yourself a little bit more. And that might be using less weight, doing more sets and reps. It might be using less weight, but stressing the eccentric phase a little bit more, or even stressing the eccentric and the concentric phase. That's another thing. One of the worst sets of squats I've ever done in my entire life, I've nicknamed it devil squats, because it was 6 sets of 6, and it took 6 seconds to go down. You paused in the bottom of the hole for 6 seconds, and it took you 6 seconds to come back up. That is absolutely grueling, and I guarantee you, if anyone does those 6 sets and can walk after it, or aren't shaking like a shitting dog, then, well, either you've done it with no weight at all, or I guarantee that was not 6 seconds. They absolutely suck. So it's just an idea to be able to use progressive overload and to be able to push yourself a little bit further, and make sure you're always challenging yourself. So remember, you can increase your reps in a given set. You can increase the number of sets. You can do both, obviously. I wouldn't necessarily, well, it depends on the athlete, but I wouldn't necessarily fire both of those in. I wouldn't say, for example, 1 week we did 5 sets of 5, and I wouldn't make them do 6 sets of 6 the next week. I know it sounds cool and we're always adding 1, but that's not how the body works. It doesn't work in just a logarithmic fashion. It just sort of goes through. So I would increase the reps or increase the sets, and then obviously do the other one. So if it was 5 5s, you can do 6 5s, and then the week after you'll do 5 6s, for example. You can slow the tempo down, like TUT, time under tension. You can increase the intensity, so you can lift the same weight, but you can lift it quicker. Obviously, this one you need to be a little bit more of an intermediate to advanced lifter. With all these things, it really doesn't matter when you are starting out and you're a complete beginner. I wouldn't worry about time under tension. I wouldn't worry about increasing the speed of the concentric phase of the reps. To be honest with you, I'd be worried about getting to the gym 3 times a week and training my whole body. That's it. Eating, healthy foods as on the whole, not stressing out too much, trying to reduce your stress, trying to reduce your blue light intake with especially before you go to bed, and then trying to get a decent amount of sleep and make sure your work-life balance is correct. So if you're a complete beginner, I wouldn't necessarily worry about all these things. But if you're an intermediate / advanced lifter, then you might have to take these into consideration a little bit more. And that's it, guys. Just a quick one. Just about remember, or a little bit of a reminder for you guys, that the gym does not give you results or rewards for getting 100% attendance. It doesn't give a shit. You need to get in, you need to work hard, and you need to continuously push yourself a little bit further and a little bit harder than you have done previously. It's not about going in and breaking yourself. Hopefully, over these past 15 minutes, you've learned there's a few ways to be able to increase your total work capacity. So get in, work hard, and get the job done. You committed to the gym and you committed to working hard. So let's put your money where your mouth is, and it's time to walk the walk instead of just talk the talk, if you know what I mean. So get in, work hard, make sure you're continuously pushing yourself, and remember to be proud of yourself. Just like going back to a previous episode, be proud of yourself. Like you got to the gym, no one else got you there. You got to the gym. You made the decision of getting yourself there, and you're going to make the decision to kick in your own ass today and tomorrow and the day after and the day after that and the next session and the next session. So you're the one who's making a difference. So wherever you are along this journey of health and fitness, as we like to say, and be fucking proud of yourself, and always remember to keep pushing hard. That is episode number 4 done with Progressive Overload. Hopefully it's a short snippet and it's not too scientific or throwing way too much information at you. Money Mondays is coming to a close, so make sure you have absolutely destroyed the first day of the week, and it sets you up for a nice tone for the rest of the week. Don't forget, Thursday is bitch work Thursdays. So that means you come in to the gym or you go outside, you do some sort of cardio that makes you feel like an absolute little bitch. It hurts so bad. With a buddy, drink chocolate milk at the end. Congratulate each other. Guys, that's me. Thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure yet again. Make sure you smash the rest of your day and take it easy. I'll see you very soon. See you later.